All right, so I'm feeling froggish today. That's right, 2 watch lists. I'm going to go over in part 2 here a series of support bounces, resistance bounces, potential breakouts. And oh, hi, by the way, my name is Jeff Kohler. I'm the Option Addict. I've got IWM up right now, which is what I'm currently long. Yesterday I talked about taking a couple trades here intraday because the ranges are amazing. Right now, if you were long the Russell, you'd be in a pretty good spot. And if you had a stop at around 77, I don't think you'd be too crazy at that point. I'm going to look at a couple ideas, though. Let's start with some bullish bounces off of support, perhaps, and let's see where we can go from here. I'm going to have to get out of a 5-day chart, though, if you all don't mind. All right, so the 1 day, and here I am. I'm all over the place. All right, so I'm looking for pullbacks and good, strong trending stocks. I like form factor here because you're at a low-risk entry point at 45. If you get a close below that, you're done. And also you're approaching some resistance here. So if you got in and then you were ahead of a breakout, I don't think that'd be all that bad of a thing. So I'm watching form factor. I'm also watching APD, and you notice I'm moving pretty quickly. It's because I got an awful lot of ideas in this list here today. So this one's approaching some support, but it's also near some highs. So just keep an eye on this guy. This is relative strength, a stock that's trading just barely off of its highs. You have to be a little more anticipatory, I think, in this market climate. So if you get a low-risk entry point here, you get a nice dip, I think you got to take it. Price line. Speaking of dips, wow, I think you got to be all over this if you can. I can't get it perfect, but there we go. Take a dip, man. Price line has just been amazing. Looking at this, you've got some support in the $75 range, and we're up off of that level today, up at about 77. So I like the dip here. I'm going to take it. RIM is also performing pretty well, although the price action isn't all that great. You're ahead of an earnings announcement. So for those that took the spread, and if you're still in that, great. If not, look for maybe a front month spread here with a couple of weeks left, and it's probably some pretty good credits attached. It's probably not going to move all that much ahead of earnings. Next, SII. I like the dip here. Probably going to see a little bit more, though. You know, look for a retracement. Yeah, maybe we've already got it. It's up about $1 today. So I'm going to watch this one for another couple hours. I might just go ahead and take it here and now. CLB, Core Labs. So I've talked about this a couple times on the watch list also. Look for the dip buying here. It's down a little bit today, which means it's probably got a little more pullback in store. If you can catch it around 108, you're my hero. ROP, it's also been a favorite on my lists because it's sustained a pretty good trend. It's off and running today, and it's right near its highs. So you know, maybe I take it here in anticipation of a breakout. And if I don't get it, I fold. Big deal. Potash. I think if you're not long potash and some kind of a long-term holdings here, something's wrong with you. You got to have some stock here in potash. Yeah, I'm buying today. I'm in. Wynn Resorts. Another nice little trend to buy dips in. Today is another one of those good low-risk entry points where it's turning up from. I like it. NVIDIA. You'll see this is one we've been following on the MarketCast and on the blog. Get the dip. Raven Industries. Same thing, nice little pullback going today. Not a lot of price action surging here this morning, but that's okay. I like the low risk entry point. And finally on that bullish list, VDSI. Same thing, nice little pullback and a beautiful upward trend. So I'm 3.5 minutes in. Let's go through some bearish ideas. INFY. All right, so the bearish dip, it's rolling over. I'm looking to get short. Archer Daniels. So looking at this, I missed this. I missed this rollover, this strength to short, and so now I'm watching it here at support. Probably might want to do the same. If it breaks through 32.5, I think that offers a pretty good entry point to get in some puts. I'm also looking at CA. And so there's kind of a mean here for this price action. It's rolling over from it here at about 25. I like that. CPS. There we go. Caught into this yesterday. Now it might be a little late at this point, but if not, you can watch this as it approaches about 38, 37. There's some pretty good support here. I think I might move this a little bit. There we go. Maybe some kind of a longer term topping pattern, but you're right. It might be a little bit late at this point, so we'll see what happens. Next, Disney. If you're looking for the boring low volatility trade, here we go. I like it because there's some old resistance through here. I mean, give or take. We can move it a little bit. We cannot be exact, whatever. But watch it to roll down. If it gets anywhere close to its prior low, where it bottomed out here at about 31, that makes a pretty good move, but still only about 10%. Next, I'm looking at HURN. And right through here, I'm looking to get long some puts here on HURN. I like the potential drop, especially if I'm able to anticipate a break below 60. This thing could free fall and go quite a bit. So I'm giving myself a little more time on this option just in case. In case we head into next week and it ends up being a pretty bearish climate, I like my chances here. Also like Herman Miller. I've got some puts on this guy here, but yeah, maybe a little bit late at this point. Watch for a break here below 26. Sorry, a couple of these are a little late. These were from last week. Network Appliance. The gap held, it's rolling over. I like this here with my entry point being a close below 28.5. AMG, affiliated managers. I like this here. Again, some realty stocks are looking pretty poised for good bearish plays. If this gets anywhere near 100, we're talking a pretty good move here, about 15%. Where am I? Rate, R-A-T-E, bank rate. I don't know. I was thinking maybe this might end up being a bearish move, but now that I'm watching it here today, maybe it breaks higher. I don't know. Have it on your list either way. Tyco, TYC. And we got some pretty good movement to the downside already, but if we go in a trend of lower highs, lower lows, you can see the thing's in a landslide, so keep it on your list. AAP, Advanced Auto Parts. I don't think this one is too light here. Finally, we got something that's pretty good. Just looking for a move down to 30, down to its prior low. Now, of course, today's a slight hiccup, but if it rallies a little bit more, again, you get a better price on this, and hopefully the current is that it makes lower highs, lower lows from here. So I got short here on the last move, and hopefully we'll see it pan out a little bit more. Next, VFC. Starting to establish some support. Just kick back and watch for a breakout. When it breaks about 78, I think that's a great entry point to get short or to get some puts. Finally, I'm going to run through some potential breakouts, and I got to move fast in about 7.5 minutes. EMC trading near its highs. I like. That's all I can say. Autodesk, stock that's trading up near its highs. But, whoops. I'm not going to move until I get that above about, yeah, there we go. Taking a trade there at about 48. WHQ. Looks like I'm getting long today. Yep, there it is. 52-week high. That's going to be the energy trade of the day right there. SLB. Love that this is trading near 100. Breaks that, which it's likely to do later today. I'm going to get long. And then Amlin, pharmaceuticals, just doing pretty well. This one's just barely off of its highs. But pharmaceuticals pretty strong, so don't be surprised. If this thing gets back above about 51, 52, I'm going to get long. Okay, now for some bearish ideas. Danaher, DHR. Potential head and shoulders looking for a break below 74. Kind of kick back and see what happens. DOX. Same thing, some support down here at about 34. I'm watching that. Digital River. DRIV, there it is, down to 44. PFCB, look at me, I got like a minute left. Looks like today it's breaking. Gonna have to get short. I think this thing's going to zero. Bucy, B-U-C-Y, good support here at 60. Watch for it to break. Joy Global, I talked about that in my price patterns video. I'm not gonna go over that again. PSA, so bottom or top or channel, whatever. Look for this thing to break either way. TSCO, Tractor Supply, looking for a bearish break right here at 45. ATU or V? Oh, ATU, there we go, yeah. Looking for a break below 57. There it is. JCPenney, JCP. Draw it this way, 62.5. It's got support. Watch for it to break. NYX still on my radar from a couple weeks ago. Still there. VAR, looking for a break of support. And do I have time for one more? UPL. There it is. Gotta go. This is the Option Addict. See ya.